Dun, dun. Work on this for a little bit before I do something else. And you still have your Bible. Hey, shapeshifter. Yep, big. Yeah, we could do better with that. There's over here. Hey, Frost. Okay, so hypothetically, the line was about here. Yeah. Just a skosh. Hello, everyone. I'm just working a bit on the Fat Lovers Club stuff before I swap over to something else. I can probably cheat this a little. I'll be stuck in the middle of nowhere again. Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta lay low. You got a house sit for the fam? Okay, that'll be your cover story. Just in case anybody comes to us talking. Say, have you seen this person? Say, no, they were babysitting. House sitting. Baby house sitting. No, let's just say their ass is over here or something. Stars a little bit higher up. Don't worry, Frost, we ain't rats. No, this is not another snake. Well, don't let her boyfriend find out. Or if we're going off of future timelines, don't let her husband find out. Okay, pretty much got what I wanted. I can color the rest later. Alright, don't need that open anymore. Let's continue this. Oh yeah, she would definitely be a bad choice. Yeah, she'd probably chill for the week if that was the case. Excuse me. But yeah, she'd probably chill if that was the case. Yeah, I'm removing the shading to use in place of lighting, and then lighting will have more lighting will have its own layer. It's just easier to carve away shading. Yeah, like when it comes to art, there's not really a right answer to anything. It's just because, okay, all that matters to everybody else except for the artist is the end result. All that matters to the artist is how they got there. Because they can come up with like dozens of ways to get the same result. It's just a matter of what makes it easier for them to do it again. And granted, sometimes they'll want to learn new techniques too. But but overall, it's like, okay, what series of layers or different tools or like the order of operations of how you perform something? What did you do? How did you do it? And can you do it again? And if you can do it again, can you make it easier? I could see her hosting something like that, only if she has literally nothing else to do. Because like the whole point is that she works for a news for a news station and all that, but it's not like a big news station, and so they just try to find anything they can report on that's like newsworthy. So I could see on like a bad day, they just find like a contest and just host it. Say fuck it, just do something. And then sometimes there could be like more risque events going on that she can get all hot and bothered over. She'd be like, "Okay, was not expecting this to happen." Sees all these big beefy men. She's just like, "Oh, okay." It's like let's get an interview, and she just finds like a big old muscly peck guy just standing right next to her, and she's just like, "Jesus," and he's like probably just towering over her. What makes digital art a little easier though is that because you have layering and it usually tells you what your like what settings your layers are on and stuff like that, it's a little easier to replicate what you did before. Especially if you've done like different methods, so you can just open up a file and be like, all right, that's how I did it. I mean, sure, you can always write it down, or if you just have good memory, then you can do that too. But it's always good to have some kind of reference to your process. I mean, it's basically just science at that point. It's like, oh yeah, if you're gonna do something scientific, always have samples and copies and copies of data and stuff like that in the process and how you did it. Have multiple samples so you can replicate it. Yeah, and there's always several methods. Like sometimes people draw something in pencil, then paint over it, but then like they go over it again in like black paint or ink or whatever. Like there are so many different ways to do something in art that again, there's not really a wrong answer. Like you can argue that being photoreal or anatomically correct would be the air quotes right answer to do certain things, but even then, understanding anatomy and stuff like that, the whole point of understanding it is so that when you manipulate it and break it, it still makes sense when you do it. So like if you make a humanoid figure, people can understand the limb process, like how the limbs are structured. Even if it's like a multi-armed creature, people will still understand what they're looking at for the most part. Unless you're just like going for like some kind of eldritch horror where there's just arms coming out of eyeballs and shit like that or something. I mean, that's its own mythology and method right there. But still, overall, the point is that people will be able to understand it when you start manipulating it and changing things. I could totally see like this character's new studio being like, all right, we gotta spice up our views. Let's have a contest, and the winner gets to go on a date with Pam. She's like, what? And we'll even pay for the hotel. And she's like, excuse me, what? And she just kind of does it anyway, because she doesn't want to lose her job, and two, it's what's getting the ratings up. They call it the date with Pam session or something like that. Something like Junji Ito. Yeah, exactly. And platypuses. But yeah, the whole point is just you understand anatomy and structures so you can manipulate them. That's why when you have toons, even though they can pretty much do whatever they want with their bodies, there's still a structure to it. Like there's still like anatomy that you understand. They're not like constantly changing shapes. There's like a base to them still. Because like even though you could draw like an arm and make it anatomically correct, with toons sometimes they'll have like the rubber hose anatomy, and it's like, okay, where's their elbow on a rubber hose? Because it could be anywhere at that point, but you still understand that it's like their arm and stuff like that. Like there's like a structure to it. So yeah, the whole point is that you get it. Yeah, what all this film? Hold on. Had I ever before? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Sonic has that rubber hose method. Sonic's interesting because when Sonic started off, he was a lot more closer to like Mickey Mouse anatomy. But over the years, I want to say either Sonic Adventure 2 or maybe after that. That's when they like shortened his anatomy a bit more. Like his stomach was a lot smaller, and his arms and almost reach his feet, type of thing. And granted, maybe he was always like that, but you know, based on his how short he was and stuff like that, and him being closer to like Mickey Mouse. But I think it was a lot more obvious in the later years because of how huge they make their hands and stuff like that. And I just realized I didn't color her ear. Or the inner part of her ear. Dun. Okay. Dun, dun. If I made a deal with the devil is skimping me on the deal so far. Shit. But hey, I'm doing my end of the bargain. Where's yours? And honestly, the stuff that I'm doing right now, I've only learned recently. Like, what, a week or two ago? Maybe a little longer. I wanna say it was probably like last month whenever I did the Feathery Freaks set. That's when I started learning some new stuff. Exactly. So yeah, that's something Becky would say. Be like, bitch, keep working. Like, oh, you're one to talk, miss. I'm gonna sleep during work. Oh, I should watch Baby Blues again. That's a good show. Either that or Moonbeam City. Or even Cool World. Cool World's a good time. Becky in a sexy devil costume. Maybe someday. Becky in her Rouge the Bat outfit. She'd stretch the fuck out of that thing. That'd be funny. Or Becky trying to wear her old high school clothing. She'd be like, hey, I haven't worn this in a while. Tries putting it on, her fat ass can't even put on the jeans or shorts or whatever the fuck she was wearing. And then Lord knows how big her tits have gotten since then. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll make like a costume set for some characters. This game has really good music. I need to remember, I don't need to go that crazy with the shooting. In fact, let's erase some of this. I don't need it. Omega Strikers. It's a really good soundtrack. Almost done with her shading. Okay. See how this looks. It's between that one and this one. Yeah, I think that one's too dark. I'll do this one. Shading isn't as crazy as it could be. Morning, Alex. Hope you're doing well. That's good. I mean, the method I'm using is really simplistic compared to others I've used. And you can use it for like cell shading too, so it has multiple uses. Because I'm trying not to go crazy on shading when I don't need to, and try to save it for special occasions. Because then there's like the painter style method that I've scarcely used. I've only used it a few times. The biggest one I think was when I did the Chasing a Chubby Chaser set. That was the longest. And I just have this random ass line art right there. Fix that. Yeah, I figured that would do that. Let me fix that. Yeah, I figured as much. I have to redo these two. And fixed. Yeah, like I'm pretty much close to done. This shading method doesn't take that long, assuming I don't do anything extra. And if I like, you know, just charge on through it. Because there's like more I can do to it. Like I did with Till. Which I'm probably going to use the same stuff that I used for that one at least, because the extra stuff isn't even that big. It's just, I don't know, a few more minutes. Like it's really not that much more. But I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use it for comics. And it just depends on where else I use it. So I'll probably stick to using it for like character art, and then other methods I'll use for like comics, and then other methods I'll use for like character or monthly winners and stuff like that. So I'm trying to have different methods for different reasons, for different tiers of work, so that way they don't really lose their quality, but they're easier to do depending on what they are. And then the more important stuff gets more attention. I don't like the way I did that. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Okay. Let's do this part of your hoof. And that should be good on that. It's only like 2 or 3 more steps, really. Save your shit. Can you clarify on that? Like, are we talking about FAF stuff or my stuff? Because I had started in August as well, so I'm like, are we talking about 2 different things, or are we talking about something specific? Because I can check. To see if FAF responded. I don't think he has. Nope, still no message from him. If you're talking about his C Club thing, yeah, so his last message on C Club was in August, but if you look on his Vor account, or his account is literally just called Vor, his last response was in... Hold on, because you have like a huge ass post over here. His last response was in November, but he responds to a person in December. And so he doesn't even update everybody else on that. He just says it in a December post. Or comment. It wasn't even a post, it was a comment. And then there's been nothing ever since. Oh no, the drive thing was just for fun. The stuff for iHat's 10th, I'm mostly just thinking of doing like an art set to celebrate it. It'll mostly be Marcy and Skylar focused, but I'll probably throw in some Blake and other characters that are relevant. Or basically as many as I can do. So I'll probably start working on it right like this month. And just like make like, I don't know, one thing a week or a month or whatever much time I have. And then just build it up until then. So that'll probably be a better idea. Just to make some fun stuff. Because there's one drawing I saw that I thought would be really cute to have Marcy and Skylar posing. So I saved that in case I wanted to use it for reference. But yeah, the Hetty and Marcy thing, I just wanted to do that for fun. For the most part. But I just wanted to cover my bases with it first. How does this look? 100%. I'm not 100% against it, but I think more subtle is better. That part is just brighter because of a different shade of blue. Them legs. Thank you. Reminds me I need to do more bios. Okay. All that's left, aside from anything extra. What do I have planned next? Well, after the stream, I'm gonna work on more of the Fat Lovers Club artwork, and then once those are done and posted, I'm just gonna spend the rest of the weekend working on I Had Secrets. Because I need to start cranking away at that. I want to be done with secrets by the end of next month. I want that to be the goal. Shiny ass hair. Oh yeah, I should do this. Slightly experimental. I'm gonna do this with hair. Better make sure to get some rest. Or I'll be fine. I've been fiddling around with my sleep schedule. Normally I wouldn't make hair this fucking shiny, but I think for her it's alright. It's like, she's a newswoman. She can look pretty. Alright. Do her hooves. And then I can add other things like, you know, putting some shine underneath her cheeks or something. Or on her legs like that. But I think that's a little overkill. So this should be fine. Let me do this method. Move this on top. 10%. It reminds me I have to get up early so I can go to the post office. Because apparently a package showed up. Didn't even tell me they shipped it. And just showed up and was like, oh hey, you missed your package. I was like, what? Didn't even know I was getting a package. But luckily the post office isn't that far away. If it's a big package, it's mine. Watch it be something I forgot that I ordered like ages ago. It's like, oh yeah, you ordered this like 3 years ago. I was like, what? I've had that happen where I ordered something that was like on pre-order or something, and it didn't ship until like 2-3 years later, and then I got it and I was like, what the hell? I just completely forgot that I had it, or that I ordered it, because of how long it took for it to release. Trying to get all the important spots on her. Should be good. Let's put some more on this side over here. Yeah, Hell of a Boss merch usually ships like a month or two, maybe 3 after the fact. because they usually wait until it's like after their offer is done or sale is done, and then they usually send you an email saying that they shipped. So whenever that happens, you should get it at a fairly speedy time. I've never had any problems with them, so I'm just going off of my experience with them. Well, you also got to take the holidays into account, because that might have slowed things down a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. So, look at her reference. All she really had for a background was like a random yellow square. Can do something a little fancy with that. I have some textures I can use. The question is, did I put it in fabric or did I put it in other? The answer is other. Let's try this. Try something weird. Blue cow print. Mostly thinking on lines of how like a news background would look with her. It's like, I like this, but I want to see if there's more options. This one's not bad either. Okay, so that's... I want to keep this, but I'm not sure about that red. Let me see how this looks if I fiddle around with that. Blue definitely pops more. Yeah, let's use that, but I want to have the yellow over it still, just a little bit more, just like more yellow. Yeah, like this isn't bad. And that was not the one I wanted to change, but you know what, it's fine. Because that's why we have layers. Change the color of this one. Let's try like red or pink. See what that gets us. That's a little better. Let's just lessen it so it's not so blaring. What's with the Tron grid? I'm just thinking of like news backgrounds. Sometimes they can look all gritty, sometimes they can just be like a skyline or something. I'm literally just dicking around, seeing what looks nice to me. And then might have to blur it a bit so it looks nicer. Or you okay. There's something else I can do, but I gotta do this first. Alright, so let's save this. I'll just call it R. Let's open it. Take it into this. Kinda what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think this part just blows it the fuck out too much. That's how it looks without it. Yeah, not the greatest, but it's not awful either. Let's just see what this looks like. Copy. Yeah, I'm trying to go like old school type of background. Give me 2000s vibe. Yeah, 80s, 90s. It's like she's like the type of character you would watch growing up. And at first you're all like, oh, I hate the news, but at the same time, you're like getting older and you're like, huh, news reporter has big titties. It's like, oh, I kind of like the news, you know, just saying. Yeah, I think I like that more. Yeah, this isn't bad. I'm gonna keep this. I'll keep the other ones just in case. So we'll flatten this since It's already a single image. And then if I feel like being fancy, I can do something with her, but I think I can just leave her alone. She's fine as she is. But I don't know. Let me see. This part's completely unnecessary. I'm just experimenting. Let's color this pink. Is this even doing anything? Why is this not? You know, I might have to put in a different layer. That could be why. Yeah, so whatever the hell was over here was keeping it from changing. That's not awful. We'll keep that in mind. Kinda like that green, I might use that. I'll just make it really fucking subtle. Let's see what this 50% look like. Zoom in a bit just to see. Not awful, but let's make it a little bit more subtle. (1980s, 2000 vibes). Yeah, we're gonna overplace, but I think 80s or 90s is the feel that most makes sense. Let's make it a little less obvious. Okay, that should be good. I don't think I need to do anything more. This is nice. Put you back so I don't get you all mixed up. Okay, all that's... Close this, I'll delete it later. All that's missing... And again, the reason why there's so much like empty space is because if I ever use it for a card, I'll have enough space to work with. I mean, most likely she's gonna get a card. If there's artwork of her, then there's gonna be a card. So, what her ability will be, I have no idea in the card game, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Oh, I'm pretty sure she'll be tapped very thoroughly whenever I start using her in the comics for short little skits or whatever the hell I use her for. But I think I'll call it for today. It's only like 12 minutes left of the stream anyway. But yeah, so this is Pam Lopez. She is a news reporter. And yeah, this was fun. Oh yeah, I should show the original just to compare. And we can just censor that out for a bit. Forgot about that. But that's okay, nobody cares. So anyway, here are the two. Can you even see them on my stream? I'm not even looking at it. Okay, you can. So here you go. Normal name, what? Yeah, I tried to have the name. Well, okay, that's a lie. I was gonna say I tried to have the names fit the appearance of the character, and I was like, that's not always true. She just seemed more like a Pam. Just a little bit Hispanic. But this was fun. I enjoyed this. So yeah, just try to make it close to her original art. Didn't emphasize her hips as much because I just wanted her to stand straight up. But if I ever have her, more posy, then yeah, she'll have her ass out more. Pam, because but Lopez, because of it's like, look, I just threw normal names together, okay? I am not like half the names I pick I do not even pronounce. I just put them together. Looking forward to see her on the morning news. It's like, and now we have our summer news, and she's in a fucking bikini. Well, it's like two sizes smaller than what she normally wears. And she's like, do I really have to wear it this small? And say, yeah, it's for the views. Like, she's like, damn it. Like, afraid to make any sudden movements or else her fucking bottoms will just fly right off. Or top. Or both. Or whatever happens. Anyway. But yeah, this is the character, and I'll be posting her soon. Debating on if I'm gonna make a bio first and then put it up with her. But if not, then I'll put up her artwork first. Whatever I decide. But you guys take care, and I will see you guys next Monday. I'm gonna try to keep doing Mondays through Fridays for like 2 hours, because I think 2 hours is enough. And at this kind of time, it seems to be working. So I'm just gonna try to be more consistent about it, and then I'm gonna work on my output speed because I know it's lacking. So I'm gonna work on putting things out faster. But you guys have a good night, morning, afternoon, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye bye. Yeah, you guys have a good weekend too.